Welcome to episode 5 of No Boundaries. I'm your host, Dana Boyle. This week, we're going outside of the college game, but do not fear because we've got Kylie O'Miller on this segment. She's a 4-time All-American, 2-time Tewaaraton finalist, and 2-time America East Conference Offensive Player of the Year at Stony Brook. Buckle up, let's get started. First question, you were such a decorated college player. You had such a successful career at Stony Brook. Just kind of talk me through, now that you're kind of removed from the college game, how has your experience at Stony Brook kind of shaped you? Coach Spallina is such a respected coach. How has that kind of influenced you as the player you are now in person?
My 4 years at Stony Brook are something that I look back on a ton, almost every day. I say confidently that I wouldn't be the person that I am today without, having played there and having played under Coach Spallina and his staff and having done what we did as a team together for those 4 years. So, I definitely wouldn't be sitting in front of you having this conversation with you without that. And I'm very, very grateful for it. And I also wouldn't be the player that I am today either. So I'm just very grateful for the experiences that we had in the locker room, right? The moments that we had, wins, losses, all together. It didn't matter. We just wanted to be together, accomplishing a common goal and creating something special for, young lacrosse players to look up to. And to be able to find that home team here on Long Island and to root for women's lacrosse. So it was a special 4 years, and I owe a lot of my success and a lot of the places that I've been so far in my lacrosse journey to my 4 years at Stony Brook.
That's awesome. So kind of switching gears a little bit, obviously we all have things that, now that we're removed from the game, college game, that we're really passionate about. So I'm really interested to hear about your partnership with Prayer Wellness and Performance, and why, mindfulness, yoga, meditation has become such a big part of your life.
Yeah, I think when COVID hit last year, it was something, yoga and wellness was something that was new for me that I had just recently gotten into. And I think for a lot of us, we were looking for new hobbies and ways to stay busy, but also at the same time, ways to take care of ourselves, right? And to be able to kind of stay busy, but also stay healthy. And that was it for me. So all of 2020, I started my yoga and wellness journey, and it became something that I started off as a hobby. But then once I got into it and I met Emily Perrin, founder of Perrin Wellness and Performance, we started to get through a partnership together. She made me realize how helpful it is in my recovery as an athlete. And my body's getting older now, and I want to continue playing for as long as I possibly can. So being able to take care of it is a priority. And that's been, one of my top priorities over the last couple of years. And just grateful to be able to partner with an awesome person and teacher who's helped me be able to, grow that as myself, but also be able to push it out to the girls that I work with and promote that it is, a really important piece to be able to take care of your body, your mind, all of the different pieces that create the lacrosse player that you become out on the field.
One hobby that you have that might surprise people.
Might not be a super surprise to people who follow me on Instagram, but I am a big sunset chaser. Wherever I am, if I'm in a different state, I travel a ton for my work. So if I'm there and it's sunset time or it's sunrise time and I can find a good view of it, I'm gonna snap a picture of it. I also am just a big believer in it being like my happy place. So if I can get to it at any point, I'm always there.
It's the little things.
It's
I
a little
feel
thing.
you. Do you have a camera?
I do. Yes, I have a bunch of cameras actually, and I love being behind the lens. That's another thing too as well. You might see on social media me in front of the lens a bunch, but I actually love to be behind it as well. Actually, sometimes a little bit more than being in front of it. So I would say, I guess that's a little secret hobby that you just found in there in my sunset chasing.
I like that. What are some challenges, as a professional player that like you're experiencing, during this pandemic? Obviously, you guys aren't meeting and or practicing. So how has that been?
Yeah, I mean, you put it perfectly. I think it has been a challenge. And when you go from college lacrosse, you go from, a family of 30 or so girls that are doing everything together. And, the hard days, the early lifts, the tough conditioning days, the rough practices. you're going through it all together, right? So you have this common goal. And I think that what's different about professional lacrosse when you go into it is you're doing that all alone all year, all by yourself, but knowing that the rest of your teammates and your opponents are also doing the same on their own. So kind of wondering what it is that they're doing and if what you're doing is going to be enough is the challenge, I think, or is going to be, even better than what you need it to be, because we only play so often. And if we, if you're lucky enough to be able to be invited to Team USA training weekends, those are usually every couple of months, but we haven't played together since November of 2019 and it's April of 2021. That was actually the last time I played in a competitive lacrosse game or practice. So when you say that, we play at the highest level of the game on the women's side, it's been a difficult year for a lot of us because we haven't played in so long, that I know that the next time we do get out there, I think it's going to be, again, something special for people to see, because I know that we've all been in our own little hubs and in our own little homes, training real hard as if we're going to play tomorrow for this last year and a half. And we're going to have some real opportunities to be able to showcase what we've kind of put into the last year and a half to put together a show on the women's professional side.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I think when we talk about the college game and we're like, they're playing lights out, I can only imagine when y'all step on the field, what it's going to be like. Like, it's going to be mind blown. Like, I don't know if people are going to be able to handle it, and I don't know if people are going to be ready for it.
I'm very excited. I mean, I think I've been saying this ever since November of 2019, just really, I'm that kind of girl that looks forward to game day and looks forward to being back with my teammates, like, as if it's going to be tomorrow. So, and I know that a lot of them are the same. And we've got a Team USA tryout in June, and, April's real close to June. So we're really getting close here. And I think we're really getting antsy. So we make a lot of jokes when we talk, a lot of myself and our teammates, about how we're just going to be like super fired up the first pass that we catch in a line drill. Like, we're just gonna be so fired up because it's been so long. So, I can only imagine when someone scores their first, behind the back shot or assist to assist or big turnover, big saving goal. So I'm just excited for those moments and just grateful for what the last year and a half off has kind of shown us in a positive way.
What is the legacy that you hope to leave behind on the game? I know we talked about it earlier and how passionate we both are really growing the game and making that space for young girls that want to play lacrosse, and having that be a safe space and having it be accessible. So what are you hoping to leave behind?
I think everything and more that you just said, just being able to show the next generation and these young girls who do pick up a lacrosse stick for the first time that, one, there is a future for you in this sport, right? Whether that be broadcasting, whether that be as a college coach, whether that be as a coach at your local high school, your local youth program, whether that be as a professional, right? And I think that's something that we're working hard towards, to be able to say, hey, I play lacrosse, or I do lacrosse, I coach lacrosse full time. So if there is some sort of role that I can play in making that happen for the next generation, I'm just going to be super proud to be able to say that, we've taken some sort of steps to making that possible. And then just also being able to, provide opportunities for girls in this sport that I've been given, that I've been so lucky to, have taken, and beyond. So I'm just, again, grateful to be in the position that I'm in and hope to be able to continue as long as I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you're a stud, and I appreciate you taking the time to come on the segment. It's been great. You're our first professional player. So
thank you so much.
Set the bar real high. Do you want to be on the next episode of No Boundaries, Oakley?
Oh, yes, I do. I'm so popular.